Well, 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 well. Look who we have here. So, today, we are the bomb G Fuel can. Because we need more energy for this reading. This reading came to me in the middle of the night, which always happens, but different this time. You want to know why? Because when I was rearranging the cards, when I was figuring out what my reading's going to be, I found a whole pile of cards underneath this that I don't know how long it's been there. These are fillings from somebody that sees you as more than a snack. That sees you as more than something sexual. These cards are explaining to me whoever has had feelings put aside for you for a while, somebody put you to the side burner and wants to come back into your life if they haven't already. I feel like there's somebody that's asked to be back part of your life and you don't know what to do right now. If you've been getting an itch that if it hasn't happened yet, it's right there. Right there. But a lot of you, it's already happened. The person came in, the light went off, and they made themselves shown to you. What this person stated was, I was not following my intuition. I was going through a lot of other things that I felt I needed my energy for, and I did at that time. I couldn't have given myself to you, but I could have been more communicative. Somebody understands that they're going to have a lot of patience while you make your decisions about if you're going to go forward with this. It's not a state of prudence. It's a state of understanding that you meet my frequency. Yeah, they have big plans. They're not going anywhere. They have their eyes stuck on you. We have a nourisher here as well. That's, when I say here, I mean in this room with me, a past loved one, a father figure. We have a father figure with me, definitely who's stating to not do what everybody is telling you to do what your heart is telling you to. There's a lot of different dynamics within here. We're going to get the cards going. Remember, these are collective, so I can fill so many different people's timelines together. But this is your cluster. You all together just went through an aha moment about your twin flame. You realized a lot of people can mimic. Basically, a lot of synchronizations can be mimicked through multiple people. Like you have a divine, you have a twin flame. When you're in a state of not knowing how to read yourself, when you're confused and emotions wrap up, that's where we can start crossing blends and messages like, oh, I saw their name, who am I supposed to be with, yada yada. Wow. Okay, so it looks like there's a third party dynamic. Yeah, the person that ghosted you, it was because there was somebody else that they were figuring out what way to go with. But they're all about you. Their apology or their offer does feel sincere. But I'm going to make sure that their higher self, their inner self is telling me that that's true. That fear has been left. Their person is ready to move forward. The offer they're giving you is authentic. It's understandable for why you to be so hazy right now and not know really what way to go. Some of you also could already be in a different relationship. A lot of you here could already be in a relationship and this person just came in and you're like, why did you come in after I solidified this whole new beginning with somebody else? Well, we're about to tell you why. Okay. All right, we got it. We got it and we're ready to go. So, this person sees you in more than a highlight. Okay? You check off all their boxes. Your aesthetic, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you operate, the way you treat other people, your values, your work ethic. You hold yourself very, very high. Okay? This person's at peace with fate that beforehand they did not treat you correctly, but they know they will treat you correctly now. There is something about resilience of this energy, but understand this is collective. A lot of you here are single, but a lot of you are already with somebody who you're happy with. A lot of you here are with somebody who you're like, this is the first time I've really, truly ever felt unconditional love. And I'm not going to go back to somebody who everything happens the way it's supposed to, but their cause and effect, their left and right path choices made it to where we separated. A lot of you understand that you think of this person on almost a daily basis as well, but it's not the way you used to when you were younger. You can't help who you fall in and out of love with, and you are in love with more than one person in and out of love with, and you are in love with more than one person at once. That doesn't have to mean you're intimate with more person at once. That doesn't mean you have to be in love with more than one person at once, but you do love more than one person at once. And this, for a lot of you, was very unexpected. You figured that this was done. This person would never reach out to you again. So you moved forward in life, and also you were grateful for the experience of each other, illuminated a lot within self that you needed to upgrade on. This is how law of attraction happens. When you let go, truly let go, that's when things come your way. When you're in a state almost of, it's a thin line with saying this, okay? Law of attraction is a thin line of feeling like you don't care. Not, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm at peace. I know I'm going where I'm supposed to be. I don't care what happens. It's supposed to happen. That type of energy. Wow. Yeah. Needless to say, either way, if you're with somebody or not, this person's about you and they're not taking their eyes off you. There's relentless energy within them that you've inspired. Okay, you're the type of person that always has your sword ready to go. That doesn't mean you always have to fight. That just means you're aware. They teeter-tottered back and forth for a long time reaching out to you. They weren't sure if you were with somebody else. They weren't sure if the growth would go backwards. Like, they had done so much in their life to progress that if they were to be turned down by you, would that throw them into a colder, foggier state? But they started to realize that you loved them unconditionally. They had always known it, but when you're just giving, when you give somebody your all and don't make sure that they're reciprocating, there is a sense of them forgetting even what taking from you feels like. Their default feeling is taking with you, taking your energy. So they literally, it's not an excuse, it's an understanding. Do not realize what they're feeling is always just a sense of thinking that they already deserved something from you, your attention, your devotion, etc. How willingly and unconditionally you were actually giving it. See, they see with you also that you understand the difference between when somebody is deserving of redemption and when somebody's not. You also know the difference of when a whole situation is deserving of redemption, or if the whole situation has served its purpose and needs to go further. The more and more you stop trying to blame and pick fingers and act like, well, he has to have me now, or I have to have her now. They have to give me the attention now, or else it's over. I get that feeling, but that's not how the world works. It's not. And if you want to have your love, you have to have unconditional patience with the right person. You see, these are collective. Some of you have a very sticky past with them. For some of you, it was something that never fully got off. It felt like there was a rockiness of back and forth, of a sense of making plans and then getting intimate close and then closing. Some of you could have been in a full-blown relationship. But needless to say, something that they see about you that's changed. As soon as you realize that you're only getting a one-way street, you're done. You give communication. You understand when you're trying to grow a plant in dead soil or dead grass or dead ground, however that resonates. They've looked deep into the way they've treated you. They were very scared that they wouldn't have a second chance. But even with that, even if it ended up only being one-sided, like they're like, man, maybe now the times have changed. Maybe they don't want me anymore, and I'm the only one in this dynamic. The whole reason was jealousy. Because you instantly made them like gasp. Like when they saw you, like everything like went up. There have already been things in your dynamic that have shown them what within themselves needed to be upgraded. Something about patience, something about you make them, you triggered, you activated what they saw as triggering. Their jealousy issues, some anger, some assumptions, loneliness feelings. Some of you here, if you were in a relationship with this person, they saw how much you were willing to do work on yourself, and they weren't. They wanted to stay distracted. They looked deeper into their consciousness about why they had everything in front of them and they had to release it. You have never dated this person and you're currently single. There is something more here between you two. If you did date this person and you're currently in the midst of getting to know somebody else or with somebody else, there's a sense of the redemption being having closure with them. You're not a person who makes a person feel that they have no value. You're a person that goes ahead and honors and holds your own value with still making sure you remember everybody are human beings that have been hurt, that have been children, that are the way they are right now for a reason, but not giving excuses. If you're with the person where this seems like it's going a direction where you two have more together, you have to be at peace with fate that there are few things, few healthy boundaries that are to be set. You are a trustworthy source. You only give second chances to those who are deserving of it. There are going to still be things with any relationship that I don't like. I really don't like. You'll hear me sometimes say beige flag, red flag, yellow flag, but I really don't like using that terminology too much because, guys, we're all human. We all have our things. It's about checking yourself, knowing what are my low vibrational tendencies and upgrading. This person has jealousy issues. I sense that you don't. I sense that you're very, very, maybe you used to, absolutely used to, but you're so secure in who you are now. And there's going to be a lot of communication that's needed more with this person. For you two to expand together and grow and learn, communication will be key. If this is a person that you've dated before, you were like in a official dynamic with vibe, and you're currently in the midst of talking to somebody else or you're with somebody else, what they're stating within your dynamic it feels like the current person you're with gives you a lot of financial stability and comfortability. But the other person that just came back into your life gives you more excitement, thrill, feeling. You don't have to settle. You don't have to settle with anybody. Some of you here were like, well, I've been single for a long time and I finally found somebody that really appreciates me. And if the spark's not completely there, I'm at peace with fate with that. This is interesting. This is not the way I thought these set of cards would go. But that's how it be. A lot of you here have understood by this person coming back in that whoever you are with currently even though they're completely opposite than anybody you've ever experienced before, does not give you passion. Life feels still right now with channeling whatever energy that is. A lot of you here, though, if you went back to the other person, there would be a sense of coldness. As soon as they got you, they would go back to their old tendencies of the cycle, chasing, repeating. I know that these are two very different dynamics, and I'm trying to make sure as best as I can to explain them, because collectives, I'm talking to so many of you. I'm making sure I can connect to every single person I possibly can. I sense that if you're currently in a relationship, you have to talk more to your partner about why you're feeling uninspired with them, why you do love them, but this person coming in has really shooken you up when it comes to like remembering what passion, like needing that excitement to not just on autopilot with each other every day. There's a lot of different dynamics in here. But for all of you, this person messaging you out of the blue, contacting you out of the blue, is exactly what needed to happen. Some of you here are in relationships where you are happy, and I think that this is what this is going to go more into. Like, what if you're in a happy relationship where you do feel the excitement? Maybe it's dwindled down a bit. Maybe it's became a little, the word is just stable. It's not boring. This is stability. But your heart's being pulled to each person. They're both good people. They both made mistakes, but your heart calls to both of them, and you really don't know what to do. So if this is a person where you're in a relationship, it's healthy, your heart calls to both of them, and you really don't know what to do. So if this is a person where you're in a relationship, it's healthy, you love them, you don't want to go, but you still are in internal conflict with that third party that came back into your life, you're going to have communication with both. The only way you're going to heal is being real with both of them. It's not that all three of you are going to be in a room talking, but you got to, like, straight up, like, there is this sense of, you know exactly what way to go. Now I'm talking. I'm specifically at this moment talking to a feminine. You remember, guys, I can have all of you. I can have masculines, I can have feminines. It does not matter. But right now, in this specific moment, I'm talking to the feminine source. You're in internal conflict because one person wants to help heal you. One person's much more communicative. The other one, it's a really big attraction. You can have a fresh start with either of them. Sometimes there are options where both people are good. It's not one over the other. So now we're going into that father figure or the masculine figure that's in your life actually also having a message. They want you to know that whatever person you choose will be lucky to have you. There is more attraction with the one that got away, but there is still a fresh start with them. The biggest thing is not really even whoever you pick, it's how you choose to go about it, how you choose to set up healthy barriers for yourself. You see, with a divine, you're going to feel excitement. I'm going to explain something right now about the difference between the feeling of excitement with a divine and a twin flame, okay? So, talking about twin flames, divine counterparts, is probably one of the most controversial topics, I would say, in the spiritual community. This is my universal truth. I'm not throwing it on you. You hear it, and if it resonates for you, you go from there. This is my universal truth with all of the readings I've given in my life. It's textbook. Divine counterparts are somebody that you grow with, somebody that comes in and there's a basis of healing, okay? Toxic tendencies can roll over from the karmics and stuff you've experienced in the past, but the basis of that person and your relationship is healing, your roller coaster buddies, your tango partners, okay? A twin flame is somebody who is literally the other half of you, the mirror. You've heard that, the mirror. They reflect to you everything that you need to upgrade within self. Everything that you, trauma and things you've brought over from past lifetimes surface. And it's really good in the beginning. And it's just as good, it goes bad. And it's cycle repeating, it's toxic. You have to learn and grow together. You sign up for it. That's why you have this internalness of like, I'm going to keep giving you chances. But I won't give somebody else that type of chance. I want you to remember the word mirror and tango partner, okay? A mirror is somebody who is your reflection. It is the other part of you. A divine counterpart, the tango partner, is a separate whole source, a separate whole person who has decided they're going to work with you and do the dance of life. You can be a solo dancer. You can be a team dancer, a partner. But they're going to be by your side. What we have going on within this dynamic is a lot of you, this past person's a twin flame. Not all of you. Some of you, this past person is a divine. Because when you're healing, for so long, people will register signs from a twin flame as a divine. Like they will mistake and not see that you're giving chances and understand it's to a twin flame the way you are actually supposed to with your divine counterpart. So many people get stuck with a karmic, with a twin flame, because they don't understand that it's not about never giving up on them. It is about letting go. If you know it's time to let go, this sounds repetitive, but if you know it's time to let go, that's how you know it's time to let go, because there were so many times in the past you would have avoided the even fucking split second thought of letting go of this person. It's picking you. Okay? But again, collective takes what resonates. There is a big portion of you here who it looks like you could have even ended up leaving each other's lives before it could have gotten too toxic. Like both of you were on the lines of either being divine counterparts or like deep soulmates, and still had other third party dynamics you had to go back to figure out. You see, Spirit has paved the path. The way you know where you are in this reading, well, your life experience, what's lining up with what I'm stating. But also, how does Spirit made it to be able to be in contact with this person? Do they continue to put roadblocks up? Do they give you bad weather when you're trying to go in your car to see them? Do they make the phone not work when you're trying to talk, like bad reception, yada yada? Or have there been roadblocks in a sense of detours? Like You wanted to see this person, they wanted to see you. But instead of it being like this sense of spirit throwing something in front of your face so you can't see them, it's almost like you feel both of you want to see each other, but something happened at the same exact time in the day where you got busy, blah, 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 and you weren't able to, but you still stayed communicative and etc. When you are healing, that's when you learn the feelings and differences between a twin flame and a divine counterpart. I'm center focusing the rest of this reading with these cards on the new beginning, on the collective, where this is somebody that there's so much more potential with, that it's about building slowly this time, organically, not rushing into anything. So this is not somebody to banish from your life. They came in, they faced their fears, they were in hermit mode for a while, figuring out what would be best for them, but also for you. They didn't want to throw their anger on you. They know that they have jealous tendencies, but they have a whole bigger picture with you. Being able, they definitely, they want you to know as soon as they saw you, there was something different. I'm not going to say it was this woo-woo, big explosion, fireworks, because here we go, the excitement, the thing I was talking about, the difference in feelings of excitement with the divine and the twin flame. A divine is an excitement of like, oh man, I'm waking up on Christmas and I'm like, think about the best Christmas you've ever had, okay? You knew you were going to be waking up to these gifts. You knew that even if it was just a moment, that would be like, even if it was just a moment when you wake up and see the tree, open your presents, spend time with your family. There's something so like embedded with this is happening. And I'm going to bask in the moment and I'm going to be excited, but I already know what's happening and I know there's nothing I can do for this moment to go away. Okay? Take a happy moment that feels like it resonates with that. That's how the excitement is with the twin. That's the excitement with the divine counterpart. Healthy, healing. You want that to be the feeling with the twin flame, but it's not. See, twin flame is one of the most craziest things you'll ever feel, okay? It's this intensity of almost like a hit, like a rush. It's this sense of, whoa, what is this? And your heart's racing and pounding and you feel this sense of chasing to them. A divine counterpart is excitement of stability. A twin flame is an excitement of unhealing, to be quite frank. An excitement of chasing, of needing acceptance outside self. The only way you rid that part of you is by experiencing your twin flame. People want to skip all these steps. People want the fruition. They want the divine, but they're not understanding why they have to do the work for it. This is payment. Going through life to find your divine, to be ready for them. You don't want to experience that person. You don't want to make all of these choices with this person because then you wouldn't be able to be with them. That's why it's important for us to experience many people in our lives. Doesn't have to be a crazy amount. Take it as it resonates. But that's why it's important to never just instantly be like, it's you and nothing else. From the moment you see them, and throw out all things, because life has left and right path choices. We're destined to meet people. We're not destined to stay with them. That is based off our left and right path choices. This is something that is flourishing, that's expanding, and they see how much you've activated growth out of them, that they are ready to not feel triggered anymore. So their offer of perseverance, that feeling, that aha moment, that it's different this time, this offer they gave you, it's true. You're going to have growth out of them, that they are ready to not feel triggered anymore. So their offer of perseverance, that feeling, that aha moment, that it's different this time, this offer they gave you, it's true. you're going to have to go beyond normal in this situation. Lights going off, meaning you're going to have to go about this situation in a way that it's not even that haven't had to before. It's in a way where, like, they want you to be at peace with fate, that there's nothing you can do for this person to go away as long as you're being yourself, if you're being respectable, putting yourself first. When I say that there's nothing you can do to make this person go away, if you completely changed who you were, your personality, the things you do, etc., then we're talking a different story. But we're talking about who you are. This person, there's nothing you can do to make this person go away. That's the first thing they need you to throw away. So going beyond normal. You're afraid to be soft and tender with this person because of literally every single time in the past that you have, like, given and done this thing. It's like instantly then people would pop out of your life. It's like, why as soon as I give kindness and authenticity, or as soon as I stop making people feel like they have to prove something to me, then everything changes. They pop out of my life. You have to stop focusing on that. It's true that it happened in the past, but if you don't want it to happen forward, you can't. Whatever you focus your attention on is like a magnet. It's going to be brought to you. This is your conscious. This is your sentientness. This is what you have control of. They want you to illuminate, like, the infinite possibilities that are in your life. Going forward with this person, it's about what you can do together. It's not about what they can do for you, what you could do for them. You have a witch bloodline. If you don't already perform spiritual practices, this is your sign that you do have abilities. You are from a coven, line of witches. And witches are a universal term. There's no gender with the word witches. The word wizards, warlocks, they're not necessarily true. Magic with a K and witches are. This is worth the reward. See, this card, it's the risk and reward card, but I don't even see a risk with this. However this reading resonated for you on what way to go, if this is a person that's of your past, of your future, it's all been for your highest good. You've tasted many fruit, and now you know which one's best for you. There's growth, 1000% in this. What you must do going forward is not matching energy. There's a difference between meeting somebody halfway and then, like, matching. But have faith that you don't need to go above and beyond. That if you continue to put yourself first, you pay attention when you get those itching feelings of, hey, could this turn into me longing? Allow yourself to have energetic space, not always be talking. But do a healthy balance of making sure you're not making this person chase you either. Because this time you're both going to do this very differently. Some of you, this is a person that you never got off completely off the ground, but there was good tension, there was good vibes. And some of you was a person that you were in a relationship with in the past. And you had to have more life events. Needless to say, whoever it is, they're still part of your life. And there is much more to the story between you two. And it's successful. It's fruitful. It's high vibrational. Alrighty. That's what I got for you guys today. Alright? Alright. Let's get it. Oh, also, G Fuel. If you use my code MatthewRamos1 at checkout, you're going to get a discount off your order. You're going to help support me directly. I love G Fuel. I drink G Fuel all day, every day. No matter if I'm gaming, if I'm channeling, if I'm working out, does not matter. I always am drinking G Fuel. Alrighty, guys. So that's what I got for you today. Let's get it.